Good evening, all of you. I am Pratyush Saxena, introducing myself to be the working president of Uttar Pradesh Degree Pharmacist Association. Today, we have organized a webinar on the topic of quality by design. I also welcome Dr. Saurabh, Dr. Amit, Mr. Pankaj Patel, Dr. Vijay Sharma, and others who have their keen role in organizing this seminar or the webinar. If I just give you a short introduction of the association, this association basically it is focused on the upliftment of the degree pharmacist in the country. Basically, to prove the pharmacy profession as a noble profession of the pharmaceutical and healthcare sciences. For more details, because we have a very limited period of time over here, so I request you to please visit our Facebook page so that you can get additional more information regarding our association. I also welcome Dr. Lalit Singh, Director SRM CET Bareilly. If I give a short introduction about Dr. Lalit also, Dr. Lalit basically is having 53 publications in national and international journals. He has been granted various patents on pharmaceutical sciences projects. Dr. Lalit has become an eminent author of various of the books. He has guided 26 PG students and 4 PhD scholars. He is also a very keen reviewer and the member of editorial board of various reputed international as well as national journals. The next voice which you are going to listen is of Dr. Lalit, who will just focus and will guide us regarding the topic which today we are having. And also I welcome all the eminent members who have joined us from various colleges, the principals, directors, research scholars, industry persons. If one more additional information, if you have any question regarding this session, you can just post it in the chat section. In chat section, you will you just write the question, whatever question you are having. In between also you can write so that it will reach to me. I will ask it with Dr. Lalit. So up to you, Dr. Sir. Dr. Lalit sir.
Good evening, dear all. Myself, Dr. Lalit, welcomes all of you to this webinar titled Quality by Design, a tool for pharmaceutical designing. So friends, we all are from pharmaceutical field. I'm not an expert in this quality by design, but I'm working with this quality by design since last 10 years and developed 9 dosage forms using this particular quality by design. So I have at least information and knowledge regarding the tool, which is an ultimate tool to develop any of the new formulation with least time as well as least money. Friends, while talking about the quality, quality is the very typical term in case of pharmaceuticals when we compare it from the others. Here the quality is a very strict thing which is confined within some boundaries, and not only confined, it has to be strict on the target, whereas in the others the quality may be varying from the target. If it is somewhat lesser than the target, it may be called as the quality, but here in the pharmaceutical, if it is somewhat varying from the target, it won't be able to give its effect on the patient, and obviously it is of so quality is of very much important in case of pharmaceutical. So dear friends, this particular topic I'll be dividing in some small subtopics, including introduction and need, developing pharmaceutical quality by using quality by testing, QBT, developing pharmaceutical quality by design, QBD, differentiating between QBT and QBD, then components of the QBT, where the components will be quality target product profile, QTPP, critical quality attributes, CAQs, quality risk management, QRM, design space, DS, including design of experiment, DOE, and control strategies. When we talk about the quality in terms of pharmaceutical companies, for pharmaceutical companies, quality is not only cure the patient. For companies, quality also include development within lower cost, because if the cost will be no less, then only the product will be accepted, and then only the companies will be able to make some money from the product. So in case of pharmaceutical companies, prime aim of pharmaceutical companies is to produce cost effective quality product in compliance with regulatory requirements. This cost effective pharmaceutical product earlier was being prepared by a method called as QBT, means quality by testing. Testing was done at 3 stages earlier. First one, at the stage of raw material, testing of both drug and excipient, then in between the production, in product testing, and then after testing, after preparation, called as end product testing. Sometimes in product testing is also called as IPQC. So this QBT involves testing of very small group representatives out of a large batch, and because of the same, it may fail to give the actual result. It may miss the non-uniformity or other problems of the batch. During the QBT, frequent in-process testing is required to meet the FDA specification. Specified operation parameters require FDA approval for modification. Means if we want to modify our product, because in pharmaceutical the quality is not the static one. It has to be changed each time as per the requirement of the conditions prevailing or the requirement of the patient. For example, nowadays COVID-19 is prevailing. CPM tablet earlier was having some other requirement. Now it is having some other requirement. We may say that now the CPM tablet may have lesser quality as the quality which is desired by the CPM, isn't it? So if we want to do some changes in the same product which have been prepared by the quality by testing, then in that case, it requires some of the FDA approval for preparing the newer product. And if the FDA approval is delayed in the QBT, the companies will be costing too much in case of money. So friends, for keeping in mind all these drawbacks of the QBT, a newer method called as QBD comes into the picture, where the first one is design. What is design? Design actually result the effect on the end product, means how it will perform, how much it would cost, or how long it takes to develop. So friends, as we say that in the case of pharmaceutical, whenever we are working with the product, we want continual upgradation of the product. In case of continual upgradation, QBT was requiring a lot more time. At the same time, if we talk about upgrade, we divide the overall time duration of the development of a product in 4 stages. That is concept, which is running on the X scale against the time, concept, design, testing, and production. if we want to do some changes in the final product at the concept stage, it may cost 1 rupee or $1. And if we want to do some changes at the design stage, for the change, ultimate change in the final product, it may cost 10 rupees or $10. Means if we move to the next step or to the next step, there is tenfold increase in the cost of the final product. And this was happening in the QBT. If we want to do some changes, it takes some more time and it costs tenfold change in the final product, means tenfold increase in the final product prices. And at the same time, if we talk about another aspect, means ability to implement the changes, in the same graph, we could see that at the concept step, whatever changes we are doing, they are very easily acceptable and the acceptation rate of those changes is very high. And it is decreasing by tenfold at every next step we are doing if we are doing the changes. So both of these things, doing what? Both of these things are resulting in increase in the cost. So friends, another example of dictating how QBT is doing some change, some drawback to the companies is, this is an iceberg shown against you, where very large portion of the iceberg is below the water surface and only few portion is above the water surface. If because of the lower quality, one of the products is getting wasted in the company, so what is happening? Only rejection, warranty, inspection, scrap, and rework we are able to see, and which is costing only 5 to 15%, while rest of the portion we are not able to observe that what are the things which company is getting because of this lower quality product. And those things are low customer loyalty. Customer won't be believing on the same company if the company is producing lesser quality product once. Then excess inventory, company will always be having excess inventory to counteract the lower quality product. Then extra equipment may be required for increasing the quality of the lower quality product. Again, cost of the engineering changes are very high whenever we are generating lower quality products. So friends, these are some of the drawback of lower quality products and lot more cost companies investing to counteract the lower quality product and the damage caused by the lower quality product. As in this picture, we are able to see that once the raw material is lower quality, it has to be discarded, and in between the product, if the product is lower quality, it has to be discarded, and then only the final product will be obtained. Therefore, the quality by design comes into the picture. So friends, this picture is showing, green line is showing the target line. On the left hand side of the green line is above the limit, and line on the left hand side of the green line is lower limit of the any pharmaceutical product. And whenever we produce any pharmaceutical product based upon the target, suppose we produce 4 products, 1, 2, 3, 4, as shown in the picture. Product 1 and 2 are always outside the lower limit. We won't be accepting those products. Product 3 and 4 are inside the limit. But which product a company or the patient will try to choose? Obviously, the product 4, means in case of pharmaceutical, the product, if it is very near to the target quality, then only it will be accepted. And the same is going to be done with the quality by design very easily. Therefore, this tool is of too much importance. In case of definition, we may easily define that a systematic approach to development that begins with predefined objectives and emphasize product and process understanding and process control based on sound science and quality risk management is called as quality by design. Here in this process, continual improvement of the product is very easy, because during this process we are primarily making the design space which is always more than the product's limits. And if we found any change to be done, it may easily be done without the approval of the FDA. Means what kind of potential risk a process of formulation can have, what control strategy should be used for a particular risk factor, at what point of time a particular strategy should be applied in a process. No additional filing of process is required for improving the process of manufacturing, and the product and process can be optimized very easily when we apply the quality by design. So moving on forward towards the quality by design, components of the quality by design. Quality by design have been divided into 5 components of its own. First one is the quality target product profile, QTPP. It is called as QTPP. And quality critical quality attributes, CAQs, quality risk management, QRM, design space, DS, control strategies, CS. Design space also include design of experiment. Quality target product profile, which is prospective summary of the quality characteristic of a drug product that ideally will be achieved to ensure the desired quality, taking into account safety and efficacy of a drug product. It is the quality characteristic that the drug product should possess in order to reproducibly deliver the therapeutic benefit promised in the label. The QTPP guides formulation scientists to establish formulation strategies and keep the formulation effort focused and efficient. QTPP is related to identity, assay, dosage form purity, stability in the label. In simpler terms, what is the QTPP? QTPP, a quality target product profile. Quality target means what is the target quality of any of the products. For example, most of the products generally have the target property or target profile as dissolution, which ultimately affects the patient. These are the properties of the product which ultimately affect the patient, which are directly affecting the patient. Here we find out those properties of the product called as quality target product profile. Then critical quality attributes. These are the quality attributes which affect the quality target product profile. Means QTPP means these are some of the physico-chemical, biological or microbiological property or characteristics. ड्रग के वो physico-chemical, chemical, biological or microbiological properties which are affecting directly to the QTPP are called as critical quality attributes. CQAs are generally associated with raw material, drug substance or excipient. Then these are related with the intermediate, in-process material and drug product. These are the 3 things with which the CQAs may be connected with. Any of the property of these things may ultimately affect the QTPP, and we do the changes in the QTPP including through these critical quality attributes, through these CAQs. Means whatever things we are doing through these CAQs, and CAQs changes will ultimately affect or change the QTPP. Here we start with the product material. We get the knowledge of the various physicochemical properties of the product material. We connect these properties with the QTPP, whether these properties are affecting the QTPP, means whatever quality target product profile we have selected with, whether these are affecting those or not. If these are affecting those, then these may be the CAQs or these may not be CAQs. If these are not these CAQs, you are not very much sure that these are CAQs, then we'll be doing some experimental testing to find whether they are affecting the QTPP or not. If they are affecting the QTPP, then we will be saying that these are CAQs. Otherwise, we will be discarding these properties to change this. We won't be selecting these properties to changes for changing the or doing the changes in the QTPP. Next one is quality risk management. A strategic safety program designed to decrease product risk by using one or more interventions or tools. It is systematic process for the assessment, control, communication, and review of risk to the quality of drug product across the product life cycle. ICH Q9 guidelines says that quality risk management provides a structure to initiate and follow a risk management process. Risk management process include number of factors, where some of the factors assess the risk, some of the factors control the risk, and some of the factors only review the risk whether they will be included in the management or they won't be included in the management. And by using these quality risk management, we may easily control these CAQs which ultimately affect the QTPP. The very next factor is design space. Design space is what? Friends, whenever we are developing any of the pharmaceutical product, the pharmaceutical product is required to be optimized design. Optimization, when we are doing with one factor at a time, may be called as OVAT, or one variable at a time, OVAT, OVAT, or multiple variable at a time. Most of the pharmaceuticals are getting affected with multiple variables. If we talk about the hardness is getting affected by the compression. Hardness is also getting affected by the binder. It is not only one factor which affects the binder, which affects the hardness. So design space, we are selecting the variable which will be affecting the ultimate quality. Then after selecting those variables, these are called as independent variables. Then we select what dependent variable are affecting these independent variables. The independent variable was the hardness. Hardness is getting affected, and independent variables are this compression and binder, which are affecting the hardness. And hardness is dependent variable because it is depending upon the concentration of the binder as well as amount of the hardness compression force which we are implementing to produce the hardness. Hardness becomes the dependent variable, and concentration of the binder as well as amount of the compression force becomes the independent variable. These are affecting the dependent variable hardness. So first we select the dependent variable on which variable we want to effect of something. Then we select the independent variable. What are the various things which are affecting this dependent variable? And this dependent variable might ultimately affect the QTPP. QTPP means, suppose we talk about the dissolution, which is the ultimate product profile which is affecting the patient, and this dissolution may get affected very easily by the hardness. You all know that with increase in the hardness, dissolution will be decreasing, or with decrease in the hardness, dissolution may be increasing. Some of the other complex factors may also include with the hardness, but the general rule is like this. So we were talking regarding the design space. We select some of the dependent and independent variables, and we prepare a design under which we are going to work with. This design as may be selected for multiple variable, or may be selected for single variable, or may be selected for entire space. When we are talking about only single variable, then it is very easily possible by doing a theoretical calculation. But when we are doing about the multiple variable or complete process, this theoretical calculation may not be very easy for a person to do. For the same, we are in need of the some of the design. Design of experiments is one of the design which may be easily used for generating the optimum quality or the best quality product. Design design of experiment, friends, is one of the other aspects which may not be included, may not be covered within this time limit, within the quality by design, but it is the most important parameter by which we are doing the optimization or finding the best product. Friends, in this picture, we are able to see that the outer area, blackish one, is the design space under which we are working only in the bluish area, operating range. We select the design such that all the product prepared between these design space will be working. They may be easily accepted as per the pharmaceutical specification. But friends, remember what I say is that in the pharmaceutical, the dot quality, target quality product is always the best one. Although anything may be accepted between the left and right line, which we discussed in the earlier uh, slides, but the best product will be the product which is on the green line. And this operating range is only selected for preparing the product which is on dot. Next in the control strategies. So various strategies for controlling the design space, variable, independent variable, dependent variable includes or comes under the control strategies, which is a planned set of control derived from current product and process understanding that ensures process performance and product quality. The control can include parameters and attributes related to drug substance and drug product material, the component, facility and equipment operating conditions in process control, finished product specification, and associated methods and frequency of monitoring the control. Next one, the least of the QBDs. Friends, suppose we are doing the development of a dispersible tablet. In case of dispersible tablet, first of all, we have to find out what are QTPP. QTPP in case of dispersible tablet obviously will be disintegration time. Then next we will be finding the TAQs. TAQs for affecting the disintegration time will be obviously the compression force and amount of disintegrant. First we found the QTPP, which will be affecting the dissolution. Then we find the TAQs, which will be affecting the QTPP. Then we prepared a design, means what are the independent variables which will be affecting this QTPP. Then applying various control strategies to control the development of the product. There are a number of problems with the implementation of QBD, like internal misalignment, lack of belief in the business case, lack of technology to execute, alignment with third parties, inconsistency of the treatment of QBD across FDA, lack of tangible guidance for industry, regulators not prepared to handle the QBD application. Most of the companies are not very much aware with the QBD, how to design, how to implement the QTTP, how to find the TAQs. Therefore, they are still using the temporary method, means that old method, QBT. So friends, ultimately we could say that the goal of QBD is to reduce the product variability and defect, thereby enhancing the patient efficacy and safety. Furthermore, it also helps in enhancing the product and product process development, depth and understanding, which then directly improves the efficiency and helps to efficiently manage the post-approval changes. The element of QBD ultimately affect the final product, and we get the final product which is able to show all its parameter for whole of its life. So friend, this time this is all from my side, and I welcome all of you. If you have any query, Prasu sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving such an informative presentation to all of us. If anyone has any question, you may just type it down in the chat box provided in the bottom of the control panel of your Zoom app or in the laptop app on the same way. One of the questions we have received, somebody has asked, sir, what are the feasible softwares by which we can use, by which we can use design of experiment?
The most commonly used software are Design Expert, D. Then the very next one is Minitab. These are the two software which have most of the applications and parameters which will be used, which may be optimizing most of the products available in the pharmaceuticals. Minitab and Design Expert.
Abhinav Kumar has asked that is there any method to rank CQAs in order of priority?
Is there any?
Is there any method to rank CQAs in order of priority?
Yes, there are a number of methods to rank the CQAs. Actually, last in the presentation, I have shown you one white background slide where we are doing some if test to find how these CQAs are affecting the QTPPs. We will be doing those tests and finding that in what amount they are affecting the QTPP. But friends, we may not optimize all of the CQAs for QTPP because number of CQAs are affecting only one QTPP. Resolution is getting affected by number of parameters. It is getting affected by the particle size. It is getting affected by the hardness. It is getting affected by the compression force. It is getting affected by the binding. It is getting affected by the disintegrating agent. So number of parameters are available, but it depends upon us that what parameter we are in need of optimizing.
One more question is there. How could we apply QBD in developing a formulation?
So friends, QBD application in developing the formulation is very easy. What you are in need of, you just find what formulation you are in need of developing. First one, suppose we say we are in need of developing the floating tablet. Then for that floating tablet, we'll be in need of finding what are the various QTPP. What are the various QTP? QTPP were the parameters which are directly affecting the patient. For floating tablet, the parameter will be first one will be dissolution and second one will be floating time, because if tablet is not getting floated, obviously it will be getting out of the stomach of the patient. So suppose let's say we find out floating time and the dissolution is the QTPP. Then what are the various things which are affecting the QTPP? Means dissolution and floating time. Floating time may be getting affected by the density of the polymer, or hardness is one of the parameter which affects the floating. If hardness is more, floating will be less, and hardness is less, floating will be more. Then what are the parameters which are affecting the dissolution? Obviously, composition of the polymer or the type of polymer may affect the dissolution. We find the CAQs. Then we are designing the design space, means within which limit we are in need of developing the product, means up to what extent we could do the dissolution, means less than what extent we may not be accepting the product, means we won't be accepting the product less than 90% dissolution. We designed the design space between 90 to 98% resolution we are in need of. Then we apply all these parameter dependent independent variables on the software or design expert on the monitor, we start doing this, then there are no very long procedure on the design expert. For that, we will try to do another webinar in the next future on the DOEs.
Okay, sir.
And in this way, we could do the optimization.
Thank you very much, sir. The time is going out now, and there are many more other questions which we will try to give answers by the email process also. We will try to give you answers like Aparna has asked something, Dr. Praveen has asked something. So I will try to communicate with Dr. Lalit Singh, sir, and I will try to give you answers regarding that also. That can be a continuous process as well.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So thank you very much for all for joining the session of the webinar, and do like our page on Facebook, and I think that you might have enjoyed the session. Thank you very much to all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor, sir. Thank you for your kind chance